Good morning again, everyone. Matt from Workshop Tinkerers here. Day 2 of building the shed. As you can see, I did finish the frame last night. So all your walls have double thickness beneath them. The center has double sistered the joint because I'm trying to strengthen it, because there's going to be a common split pretty much on everything right here. Don't want it to fall apart, so everything's going to be sistered. It's pretty stable. It's as level as I can get it. Is within, like, you know, the bubbles within the marks, but maybe it could be a little bit more centered, but you're talking about fractions of an inch over a 16-foot span. My goals for today are to attach the 4x4s to the frame. I just have some structural angle stuff, brackets, that's the word, brackets. Make sure everything doesn't bounce after that, because as you can see, some of them do have a little bit of gap. I think that's just from warping of the 2x4s. As far as I can tell, the 4x4s are level to each other, so it'll hold it all down, hopefully. Get the floor on, build the doors. So they're 3 foot by 7 foot doors, 2 right here, 1 over in that corner. These 2 will be the main loading, unloading. They'll be 6 feet wide total. That's plenty for my lawnmower to get in. That one's for me to get my forge in and out, because that area there is going to be for my blacksmith stuff and whatever else I feel like using it for. It's not quite as big as I was thinking, but it's still plenty big enough for me to use as a workshop. It's just fine. So let me get going. Once actually get some visible progress, I'll show you again. Okay, I got to this point. I need to make a decision now. As you can see, I do have brackets, not all over the place, just basically the ends of the 10 4x4s. I do have this installed. I found out, I ran into my old friend Mr. Is It Square, and the answer is, of course, no, it wasn't. But thankfully, Mr. Sledgehammer there took care of that problem. Now, I have a decision to make. Well, 2 decisions. One, is this solid enough, just me standing on it, that I think the mower will be able to sit on this no problem? If yes, then I don't have to go get more plywood today before I have to start working on the walls. If no, I have to go get it. I can't do that tomorrow, but I can start working on them. I just can't install them. That's decision number 1. Decision number 2 is, see where the end of this plywood meets? That means you have, well, I'll have a 12-inch span of plywood unsupported right here, in this area here. And no matter which pattern I do, that would happen right there. So I'm going to do, also as part of it, if I'm not doing an additional layer, I'm just going to keep this pattern. So 2 across, 3 front to back. Otherwise I'd do 2 across the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do the second layer of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if that makes sense. I'm not 100% sure it does, but I'm thinking. Also, I had one hell of a nerve wrack. It's let's see, half an hour ago. It's 10:20. They decided to do a frickin' tornado siren test in the middle of the frickin' day, just randomly. Scared the bejesus out of me. I, grabbed my expensive stuff, headed for the house to check my phone, because I'm not carrying it with me. And it's like, nope, it's just a test, statewide. When usually the tests in Ohio are noon, the first Saturday of every month. Why they decided today, I don't know at all. But I need to sit and puzzle this out. I might actually hook the mower back up to the mower, the blades back up to the mower, and mulch some while I think. Just because I need to mulch up all this leaves. If I can do that and mow some of that, it'd help the grass grow. Because grass growing means less water. This area needs dirt, it's too low, but over there, it's fine. So, let me think on that. I should be back later and show you what I decided. I just realized I got sidetracked. I never did say what this decision was. I have two options here. One, they have these little galvanized supports that will kind of join the ends together. If I'm doing 2 layers, I'll probably go that way. Just because it won't need a ton of support, and I will put screws through that'll, you know, hold the 2 pieces of plywood to each other. If I'm doing a single layer, I should probably put supports across here, just going back and forth, you know, probably 6 of them, so 1 board's worth. If I did my math there, I'm pretty sure it's 1. Anyways, so 3 and 3, just because the center one will have support there, so it only needs a little bit. The other one will get 2 sets. It'll probably have drooping no matter what. But with this design, once I get the walls on, I can always add a second layer to the inside of the walls. I just have to trim all the boards. Oh well. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, 1 layer for now. Once I get it completely assembled, if I decide to put on a second layer, I can put on a second layer later. As long as I don't, you know, build shelves and stuff like that first. And then I am going to single row right here. That's all I need. Yeah, okay. Decision made for both of them. See you in a bit. And a few hours have passed, but got a lot done. So the floor's on, as you can see. I think I'm going to check to see with what my wife does, but I think I really want to get another layer in and offset it by half a sheet in every direction, just to cover up the cracks if nothing else, because certain spots like right here, there is no support under it, and I just didn't think of it, else I would have measured and put a 2x4 there. The other corners I think are good. Well, that one's bad too, and that one's crunchy. So I think I want to put another layer down, but I can't use the trailer today. I'll have to get it tomorrow, so I'm doing everything else I can. So what my next part is are some doors. I wish you could see this. It is the whole way out. So the only thing I have left to do is the cross pieces here. Or, well, if this door would go this way, and then this door would go this way, because you want from the bottom to top, yeah, bottom outside to the top center, bottom outside, bottom, whatever, you get it. It allows, when the door hangs, it wants to rotate like that. Pretend this side has the hinges. It wants to rotate, and the cross pieces are supposed to stop that. So I have 3 doors, wood here, ready to go. I'm going to probably go grab my pocket jig for the Krig pocket jig to put them all together, because that's actually, I'm thinking, the best way to put them together. And once the square parts are done, and I've checked to see that they're mostly square, I'm going to basically get 2 2x4s, lay them at the correct diagonal, and draw where the cuts need to be, take them up to the miter saw and cut them out. I think I can get 2, I have to measure, I think I can get 2 per 2x4, which means the last 2x4 I'll just cut in half before I do it. But anyways, on to that if I get, and my goal for the end of the day, it's 2:20 now, almost 2:17. Get the doors done and get the beams for the roof glued and clamped and ready for whenever, because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but it's not supposed to rain until about 10. So if I start now, it'll be dry by morning, and I'll throw my tarp over everything while I'm at it. But that's my plan. Hopefully I'll give you an update before I'm done, or if I actually start building a wall, because if I get this done, pretty quick. In like an hour and a half, I might start a wall before I start the beam. So I'll let you know. Alright, last update for the day. I got 1, 2, 3 doors done. They don't look like much, but they should be strong. They got 2x4s and the framework and stuff underneath. Now, this mess here is what I was wanting to explain to you. This is going to be my 2 roof beams, one at the front, one at the back. Now, this looks like a mess here, but it will, I'll explain it right now. So what we have here are 4 layers. A 1 1/4, a 1 1/4, 1 3/8, 1 1/4. The reason why they're all sorted like that is the 2 outside are my finished depths, and the 2 inside ones are the ones that I managed to plane down to before the planer died. I haven't fixed the planer yet, but I need to get this done. So what my plan is, let me get settled here so I can explain it, is these 4 are going to get glued and screwed together, then clamped overnight. There's 2 sets, and the seams are offset, so this is going to make it strong so that there's no seams that are exactly identical. Well, there's going to be at least 2 other layers. Makes it this is going to be very similar to engineered lumber. That's my goal, at least. There's about a foot on each end that I can trim off, so I'm probably going to make sure these are offset by at least 3 to 6 inches, like that. And the reason why these 2 are taller is because they're the 8-foot ones. But what my plan is to go around, glue the first pieces like that, screw it into place so that they're in the correct final destination spot. Go the whole length down, all 20 feet, keep gluing lengths as I go, screw it all together, work my way back. By that time I should have a solid piece of wood that actually is quite strong and mostly dry already. I shouldn't need to clamp it, though I will probably throw some clamps on it just for temporary purposes. I have got another 5, 3 of which that can actually use pressing strength. So I'm going to have to depend on the screws holding this together. Then I'm going to do the second one, then I'm going to clamp the 3 big clamps together and put clamps on all of it. Unfortunately, I only have 7 clamps total that are big enough for this. But that's my plan. You should see it tomorrow when I take everything out to dry. Or not dry, but when I start needing to figure out how to cut this to length. Now, the miter saw I'm borrowing does have enough capacity to cut these, but they're going to be heavy. So I'm going to have to see if I can get it up here, if I go buy a couple 100 feet of extension cord or what. The extension cord doesn't reach out here, and I don't think I can get these up there, but we shall see. So that's it for today. And tomorrow I'm going to get started on building the walls. Even though it's probably going to be raining, still got to get this done. See you tomorrow.